Things are heating up, that's for sure. We found this opportunity, and we're working for it.
My man.
Tulsa King. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
You need a hug?
You need a fist?
Crutch, crutch, crutch.
Crutch, crutch.
Crutch, you need anything.
I do have one question.
We didn't mean right now.
Being a cadet in Starfleet Academy means being open to the people around you.
I've spent my whole life getting away from stuff, letting someone in. That's hard.
I want to be captain. I need to be captain.
I owe you something. It is coming just for you.
Welcome along to Scoreline 48 Nations, presented by Taco Bell. Adam Hunter here in the Golazo Network studio with Janelli Farias, Ian Joy, and Troy Deeney. And Troy Deeney is breathing a giant sigh.
I'm just checking my whoop. My whoop said I've been on a run. It moved.
And a big hello.
I think mine does too. We should compare data after.
A big hello to everyone watching live on YouTube. Do send in your questions, comments for the guys. England hold on by the skin of their teeth to win 3-2 at the Azteca against Mexico. They had a man sent off. It was an entertaining game, end to end. It went this way and that, but eventually England take their place in the quarterfinals and do what no team has ever done before at the World Cup and beat Mexico at the Azteca Stadium. Troy, I've got to come to you first.
Yep.
How are you feeling now about this performance in the immediate aftermath?
Very mixed emotions, a lot of positives. For this studio, it's the best result and best game we could have had. I think the Mexicans will leave this knowing that they gave everything, pushed England right to the edge, and they can take a lot of positives from the game. From England's point of view, loads of mental ticks, togetherness, yes. Go through adversity, yes. Dig it in, yes. Play at altitude, all the things that we've heard before. Tick, 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 tick.
Delay,
yeah. For me, it leaves me saying, yes, great. Looking ahead, bigger picture. None of my original concerns have been answered. We've still not controlled a game. We've still relied on three moments from two individuals. Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane. We knew that at the start of the show. But we ticked a lot of boxes. We got through. It wasn't pretty by any stretch. But maybe the group now, to Ian's point off air, maybe the group feel better for it. If I'm Norway, I'm like, okay, let's go to work. Because I don't think Norway sit back and go, I don't think any performance so far has A, made England fans feel like we're going to win the World Cup, and B, has made any team who's about to face us, including Mexico, say, oh, we're playing the mighty England. It's like, hey, they're good, but we can get at them. So mixed emotions for right now.
Janelli, given the fact that England did have 10 men for over 35 minutes of that game and Mexico were pushing and pushing and pushing for the last part of it, are you sitting here as a Mexico fan thinking we should have got it at least to extra time there?
Well, first off, congrats to England. Well-deserved win. That was.
I bet you're a much better person than me because I would never have said that.
That was what I was impressed by, was how they were playing a man down almost the entire second half, and didn't seem like it. Like in terms of character and grit,
yeah.
you talked about that before. You said they were lacking that character, but to me they showed that, and they made it very, very difficult for Mexico. I think for Mexico it was an impressive performance. Their initial reaction to being down 2-0, their response was great. And I think it was the best thing that could have happened to them in the first half. They put themselves back in the game. They started off the second half strong. After going down 3-1, they get the penalty kick. Raúl Jiménez puts Mexico back in the game again. So I think there was constant moments of hope. Yeah. I was hopeful the entire game, especially at the very end when it was Mexico completely dominating in possession. I think it was a combination of, yes, England defended really well. There were moments where players were throwing their head on the line, slide tackling in front of their own goal, which is great, especially as a defender. I can appreciate that. But I think it was also a bit of Mexico's frustration in really like being desperate and looking for that perfect cross, that the quality in their services just completely went down the drain. It was just, it went from, I think, a 5-star performance in the first half in terms of services to the second half. It was a completely different type of quality for Mexico. And that was difficult to watch because I think they didn't know how to manage those emotions because they had time. Mexico only needed one clear opportunity to tie the game and then take the game into extra time, and they didn't know how to manage that. So it is that, from that perspective, it is frustrating. It was also frustrating hearing the fans yell the homophobic chant. It's very, very, very frustrating. It's very sad. We have a lot of work to do to make that better.
Ian, I wanted to get your perspective, sort of unbiased here. Troy and I, obviously, we've been watching England as England fans, and we are...
How are we asking a Scotsman to be on?
No, what I'm saying
about England.
What I'm saying here.
The game's gone.
Okay,
He's got his analyst hat on.
Neutral. But I'm saying, as England fans, given what we've seen over the many years, you can't help but feel jaded. And even when we've won a game and done what no team in world football has ever done inside the Azteca, you immediately migrate towards the negatives. It's just what we do as England fans. But tell me it wasn't that bad.
Listen, from an American-born Scotsman, that was a hell of a game to watch.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that both teams would lose that game because of my hatred towards both teams. But I have so much admiration for what both teams did in that game. The spectacle they just gave us, the game that they gave us. There will be a lot of negativity from both camps, obviously, after that game. But the actual spectacle itself, it had absolutely everything. There were goals, there was drama, there was penalty kicks, shocking refereeing decisions, good refereeing performances. There was fights on the field, there was battles, there was a lot of nonsense going on in that game, but it gave us drama that we really wanted. And to me, this was as good as it gets in the World Cup. Lacking a bit of quality from both teams when it comes to offensive, controlling the game, defensive mistakes. I was slightly disappointed with that from both sides. But at the same time, it's hard not to sit back and enjoy it. As a neutral, what it was, it gave us a lot of drama, and I could see it from both of these guys' points of view. I mean, there was a lot of passion in this room watching that game from a lot of people who didn't really care who won this game. But this was a real good spectacle, and I think both nations should be incredibly proud by the performance, the effort. It was a lot of heart in that game, but little to no quality throughout the whole course of the game.
Troy, let's focus on some of the individual performances for England. Let's start with Harry Kane. Didn't actually get that much service, did he, in the first half? We talked about that at half-time. And in the second half, he took the opportunity with the penalty. It was a brilliant pen, despite the keeper going the right way. And then he showed that he knows how to be a team player, and he came off the pitch, didn't he? Was that the right call?
I think it was the right call for Harry to come off. I wasn't too impressed with Morgan Rogers coming on. I wanted us to have a little bit more in midfield, maybe a Kobbie Mainoo, a Jordan Henderson type, and then put Gordon through the middle like Newcastle have done over the time. But Harry steps up in the big moments, and we was talking as that was developing. And it took me back to the Brazil game very, very quickly, because it's like, big moment, you want your best player taking it. You want that reliability. And obviously, Vini Jr. decided to let Bruno Guimaraes take it, who's took four penalties in his career, and he's 50-50. He scored 2, he's missed 2. In that moment, I actually said in this room, and a few people were like, oh, don't jinx it. When Harry Kane's taking a penalty, I don't care if he misses. Because the one thing he does, he takes it with conviction. And he knows I'm going this side and I'm going. And if I miss, I miss. But he can live with the decision. And I can live with the fact that he's positive in his decision. And obviously, he's not going to score all of them. You know, fit back to France and Qatar, he misses. But so what?
But he stepped up.
He steps up, he does it. Jude Bellingham will get a lot of credit as well, because he was fantastic.
Yeah.
One person, me and Ian both agree, had a fantastic game. And the stats won't agree with it. The untrained eye won't agree with it. But if you've played the game, you will agree with this 100%. Anthony Gordon was a beast today.
He was unreal.
Defensively, he was helping out every time tracking back. Took us up the pitch when we needed to. Is there moments he could be better? Absolutely. Every player will go, oh, could I have done this better? He was a beast. And ultimately, when you look through the whole team, you have to say everyone was roughly 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Everyone. And then obviously the 2 sprinkles of Bellingham and Kane, they go up to the 9s for that little piece that they added. But again, the right back situation we said was a problem before the game.
Red card for you?
It is, yeah. I think it's unlucky. because obviously he makes the tackle, he hits the top of the ball, which forces the leg to go up. But in today's game, yes, that's a red card, and there's no arguments. There was no arguments in this room. But now Gerald Kwanzaa's out. Now who goes in? There's no Reece James.
Thomas Tuchel.
So now we're going to have to go, do, which is put Konza at right back or Jed Spence at right back, and we see the problems that he's had. So it leaves me proud that we got the job done and we did it in the most English way possible, which was make it as hard as we can for ourselves. But it leaves me thinking, if we are being really serious, and I've been told, this is not my opinion, I've been told by England, when we hired Thomas Tuchel, it's to win the World Cup. So I'm looking at it through a lens of, that's what you told me we're trying to do.
Are you the best team at the World Cup, though?
No, absolutely not.
No, you're not.
No.
But can't you just take pride in these types of moments, though?
We're not Scotland. We're not just happy to participate.
I understand. No, but you are. You just won. No one's ever won at the Azteca in a World Cup game against Mexico.
Great.
No one's ever won.
We're not competing with Mexico. We're not competing with Mexico.
You just did something that no one else has done.
Great. So what? Somebody else will do it next. I don't care. I'm saying this is what they told me. The FA told me, Thomas Tuchel told me, he was brought in to win the World Cup, right? Their words, not mine. So in one game throughout this, can you tell me a performance that we can say, I get it? Not one performance.
You can still win the World Cup without being at your very best, though.
Who's done that?
I mean, there's been plenty of teams who have actually won it.
Yeah, but not played their best. Who?
I mean, safe to say Argentina weren't at their best every single game. Last time, Messi
I just said one game. Yeah. Give me one game. That last game again in the World Cup final,
Troy,
that was unreal.
That performance right there, and obviously as a neutral I'm speaking, yeah. I don't have my passion in this one, so I can feel your energy. There was a lot I actually learned about this England team watching it. The way they defended for 30 minutes, 35 minutes with 10 players, every single player fighting for one another. Dan Burn coming on, winning headers, challenges. Jed Spence, one incredible challenge in the penalty area. Yeah. I mean, even Jude Bellingham, the way he continued to run until he couldn't run anymore. The goalkeeper, Pickford, I mean, he makes me nervous because of some of the decisions he makes, but he made a couple of fabulous saves. Stones, when he came off the bench, I mean, there's a lot of small wins there that I think that you can build towards a World Cup success. That against top teams like France, if you catch them on an off day, with that team being united like they just showed us, I think...
Are they more united than Norway?
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I think England, after that performance...
They're more united than Norway?
I think that performance right there tells us that England are well and truly believing that they can win the World Cup.
I wanted to get your perspective as well on Thomas Tuchel. I know, as Troy said, he was brought in to win the World Cup for England, what we've been waiting since 1966 to do. He came here with a game plan. Not everything went his way. He had to deal with adversity. I know England led in the game, but then they had to deal with Mexico coming back at the end of the first half, the red card, all of the rest of it in the second half. We've got to say that this is Thomas Tuchel being able to lead his... I almost think of a ship going through a storm on the ocean. He did get to his destination in the end, although he had to come through a hell of a storm.
That's a really good way to put it.
Lost half the cargo.
I get...
We got there.
I get what you're saying. I get it. You want your team to win playing pretty football. Convincing football.
I want them to show me one performance that I can go, that's who we are.
But if they want
I think today, as being a obviously non-England supporter, from an outsider looking, I hadn't been convinced with England at all. But today, I thought, I don't know if they'll be World Cup champions, but I think they have a solid chance. I think the way football has evolved, it's so different now. And today they show that they can defend being a player down like that. They're so committed. And then you have two players in Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham who can win games for you.
Yeah.
Any other team in the world would die to have two players like that. And they're consistent. And they can do it despite any circumstance.
And that was what was lacking from Mexico today.
Mexico doesn't have that.
No, I agree. But do you know why that argument then gets countered? Because what are you frustrated with? The fact that Mexico were very one-dimensional in the attacking third. So when we talk about how great England defended, what did we actually have to defend? Balls getting crossed in from deep. That's it. We put on a centre-back who's 6'5", so we should be headed it. We put on another centre-back who's 6'3", should be headed it. So I'm not saying that we haven't ticked a load of boxes.
You scored 3 goals.
No, I'm not disputing that. Again, this is the bit where you guys are going, we scored 3 goals. I'm answering one question and we're changing the question. Yeah. The question is, we showed defensive resilience from crosses coming in the box. That's not a massive tick to me. That is basic defending. There was no intricate play from Mexico, hence why you're frustrated. There was nobody in there pulling the strings. There was no one doing little slip passes. It was a constant volume of cross after cross after cross.
That they should deal with.
That they should deal with. And it's a big tick because, well done, you handled the atmosphere, you handled the adversity.
I get where you're going this. Better opposition, if that's a France where they have the quality.
If that's an Argentina, if that's a...
Even Norway's going to put up...
Yeah, that's my point. But it goes into two parts. Can I be happy with right now? Yes, well done. But can I be also level-headed and be...
You want more?
Which is what I feel people want. Because the one thing I hate about watching analysts on TV, play a game and they go super high. Oh, we're going to win it all, we're going to win it all. And then we lose and it's like, oh, my God, sack everybody. But can we just be measured? Our job, I feel, is to be measured. What we've shown so far is that we can do what are the basics. We can dig in and we can do that.
I think we agree with you there.
We have not managed one game with the ball yet.
I think we all agree with you there, Troy, that there is more to come from this England team, right? There was a very, very good individual performance from Gordon today.
Yeah.
He showed an incredible amount of patience and possession of the ball. He went up against Sanchez, sort of wound him up a little bit, showed a bit of quality going forward. His heart, his effort, the way he ran back and fought for the team, that was outstanding to me. Jude Bellingham continuously, to me, is the absolute leader of this group. Now, I know Harry Kane gets all the credit in Harry Kane, but he was non-existent for a large part of this game. Having that type of a player and that type of a personality that never says die, he goes into every single battle, he'd be the first one I'd have on the team sheet, Jude. Because he can come up with those moments of magic that win you game. The goals were brilliant, right? And it was so quick how it happened. But he offers so much more, Jude. Just that attitude, that fight, that desire, that commitment. He's everything what I think really is a leader.
I agree with you. I know you were concerned about his yellow, and early on you thought it would be best to get him off the pitch, but he needed to be on the field.
Great.
If you take him off the pitch, Mexico has an even better chance of tying that match.
Yeah. I much prefer him on the pitch for the whole of the Norway game.
Yeah.
So that's the balance, right?
He handled the discipline.
He did.
Well, though,
and I also thought that was one thing that Thomas Tuchel did really well. When he put on Morgan Rogers, he threw Jude up front and was like, I know you'll run around, but do it up there.
Yeah.
Don't
get yourself into trouble back
don't
here.
Don't dive into anything. Don't give us a tackle. Look, many positives, but I still watched every game so far, closely and passionately, as you can see. I haven't seen what are we. What's our DNA? What's our identity? What have we been working on? I haven't seen
fair.
it. And that's why I'm so
that's true.
In between on everything. Cause it's like, yeah, there was good, but also there was bad. So I sound negative, but I promise you I'm not. I just don't know what it is.
It's positive because there's more to come from the group, right? But Thomas Tuchel, by the way, some of the substitutions he made, albeit sometimes confusing, he got it absolutely.
Got it right today.
And Mexico got it wrong, I think.
And let's not forget now, that's twice that England have showed a huge amount of mental fortitude. They did it against DR Congo. They were down in that game, got it back into it. And then they did it against Mexico. And that is a quality that you need in international football. And they take their spot in the quarterfinals where they will face Norway and Erling Haaland. Can they get past them and get to the semis? We'll have to wait and see. Time for a short break here on Scoreline 48 Nations, presented by Taco Bell. Got plenty more coming up for you in a couple of minutes.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us.
We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Scoreline 48 Nations, presented by Taco Bell. So Mexico are out of the World Cup at the round of 16 stage. A 3-2 win for England. The co-hosts' unbelievable, unbeaten record at the Azteca in this competition is finally broken after all these years. Their first ever World Cup defeat in Mexico City. Javier Aguirre's side captured the hearts of their nation, but eventually they fall short of reaching the quarterfinals. It is 70 wins at the Azteca, 17 draws and 3 defeats in all competitions. But as we said, this is the first time they've lost at the Azteca in the World Cup. Janelli, how will Mexico reflect on this performance against England? Will they see it as a missed opportunity, or be proud of the way that they took a good side, a great side, some would say, as England all the way to the line?
I think it's going to be split down the middle. I think there's going to be the perspective that Mexico should have won because of the way it was building. They were building up into this moment. But then also, it's England. Like, we cannot be mad. Mexico cannot be mad that they lost to England this way. I think they put up, in terms of character, in terms of grit, in terms of commitment, in terms of heart, I think Mexico did everything they needed to do and more. I think you mentioned it several times. England has more quality in their players. We can't be mad at that. We can't compete with that. I think Mexico was able to compete on a different level in terms of fighting for every ball. Really, they didn't give up. I think in any other moment in history, Mexico would have given up, and who knows, instead of 2-0, it would have been 4-0, 5-0. But they showed a different face. But I think there's going to be a lot of criticism on Javier Aguirre's choices in this match.
Yeah.
I think he got every single match right before, but I think today he made some key mistakes. I think Cesar Montes shouldn't have started that match. We talked about it before. He wasn't ready. In that second goal, he couldn't sprint back. If somebody was healthy in that position, they would have sprinted back and covered that space. Then they would have cut off that cross. So to me, that was already frustrating.
Do you think the manager should take that out of his hands, should make that call for him?
I think he should.
Yeah.
I think he should. I think if you're seeing something, I don't know if it's true or not, but he didn't finish the full warm-up.
Yeah.
If you're seeing your player not finish the full warm-up, if you're not sure, sometimes it's not just who's performing the best in previous matches, what's going on in that moment. Listen to your gut feeling as well. And also Cesar Montes, I talked about it before, you know, we all said we would have stepped on the pitch.
Yeah.
I get it, but look what happened now.
But that's what I'm saying. It's on the manager, then, isn't it? The manager should make that call, or the physio should make that. Like, one of the take it out of the player's hands, because the player's never going to.
A player's always going to want to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
I think you used the word desperation or desperate earlier, and I think that's a key. It's a key point, because the desperation came after the subs. So the manager showed desperation in terms of throwing just attackers on. But also in that, he put centre forwards on and took wingers off. So you put big centre forwards on who need crosses, but you took the guys who deliver the crosses out. So you showed a level of desperation. Just get the ball in the box, make some chaos. So then that then leaks onto the pitch. So the players go, oh, we need to score, we need to score. And we saw different moments where terrible crosses, but also shots from 40, 50 yards. People try to do overhead kicks. Like, it got into these weird spaces, but I think that all stemmed from the manager's changes. Look, as a whole, I think that, again, the Mexican fan base, the Mexican federation can look at it and go, this was a very good World Cup. We gave ourselves a platform in terms of defensively very solid.
Yeah.
Yes, could things have changed in this one match? Yes. But as a whole, they've got that defensive resolution. They've got a young talent who they can now put their hopes in the midfielder. Remind me of his name, sorry.
Gilberto Mora.
See, you say it a lot better than me. And then, obviously, you've got pace and power in the wide areas.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of positives there to build on. The next step in this evolution is whether you can actually now find the nuanced pieces of the game, which is in that final third. And this isn't just a Mexico thing, by the way. For me, this is a large part of where football's going now. There's so many players going, go wide to the wide man, hope they do something. Get a set piece, hope we do something. People are stopping now, thinking about patterns of play in the final third. Patterns of play, little motions and little things that create space for your best players to do things. And I think that's the next evolution of this Mexican Federation now is, well, what next? Because it was a little bit one-dimensional for me over the last 2 or 3 games.
Ian, I think, and this is something we spoke about a lot coming into the tournament on Scoreline, was if you zoom out a little bit of where Mexico have been in their history recently, the amazing negativity that was around this team, that Aguirre was coming back, that he had to really wade through that to then be able to have the success. And we've got a great comment here. Maybe this is about us, it may be about Aguirre. Bravo, such a smart, balanced analysis with both passion and reason. So a testament to all of you guys on a great show so far. But
that's that
conversation about
should be in bed. Get to bed, kids.
And what he took over and what
bedtime.
he's managed to achieve in such a short space of time.
I haven't had a chance to speak because of these two, so that's definitely aimed at them.
That's why it's been the best show.
That's why it's been very balanced and educated. I'll start by saying Aguirre did an excellent job, I think. This game in particular, a wrong decision with Montes. I wouldn't have played him. Understandably so, it's a leader. If he says he wants to go, there's pressure from both sides to play him. I understand that. Sanchez, weak link at that right fullback. Some of your best players did not play well today, Mexico. Lira in midfield was asked to do too much, and I don't think he performed well in that midfield.
The pitch got too big for him as well, didn't it?
He got asked to do too much because he was trying to cover for Montes.
And also, I would say he's trying to cover for Sanchez sometimes, who's caught out of position. And Quiñones, not enough impact in the game. I know he got the goal, but he's the one who's the most in form. You got to get the ball to him as quickly as you can, let him create. They didn't do that enough, especially in the first 45 minutes. And Mora was very quiet in this game. There's a lot of negative that can come from a situation like this. I think Aguirre should hold his head incredibly high. He has brought this group together. They became a team that played some very good football, albeit very erratic in the closing stages of the game. When you're a player advantage, composure's needed, discipline's needed, quality's needed. It was almost a hint of desperation in every cross. It was almost as if the time was clocking down and they were watching the seconds dwindle away. They were more worried about running out of time rather than focusing on the quality of the service, the quality of the pass, finding an actual moment of brilliance to break down a very strong and obviously talented, aggressive England defence. But I do think that Aguirre has brought this group so much joy, and he's brought the supporters an incredible amount of joy. The country has come together.
He's brought the country so much joy.
The country is together now. There was a belief going into this game against England. Even I was thinking Mexico are going to beat England. And before this competition, I thought Mexico will be lucky to get out of the group.
The whole of England thought Mexico were going to beat England.
This was a brilliant moment.
You were sweating over here.
I think it was a great moment, and I think there's a lot to celebrate from Mexican soccer right now. You got a youngster coming through the ranks, Raul Jimenez chasing records. You've got players like Quiñones breaking records in World Cup history. I know the Azteca record is now gone, but there's so much to be proud if you're a Mexican supporter.
I just want to say on one part, I think it goes back to the manager point of view, because the first 10 minutes after that, they managed it really well. They wasn't just flinging the ball in the box. They were shifting England from side to side, and it made England have to make changes instantly at the hydration break. But again, the manager started throwing on striker after striker after striker. His nervous, pent-up aggression of like, let's get the goal now, because he's probably thinking, if we score now, we go on and win this game. Yeah. So his nervous energy then feeds into the players, which created what you were talking about.
I also think it was not just like that desperation. I feel like maybe there was a bit of overconfidence. He thought, oh, if I put in three targets in the box, we're going to score. We'll get one.
We'll get one.
And I don't think that was
just a numbers game, wasn't it, at that point?
Yeah.
It was just like throw the ball in 20 times, one of them's bound to drop for us, as opposed to breaking down and making it more of a high XG chance. But no, I thought he struggled.
They're missing a few players, I would say talented players, in that final third. They're missing a magical player, do you know, like just someone special that can unlock the defence. And I was hoping Mora would be that guy today. Alvarado, again, on the right-hand side, I mean, how many crosses he put in, I have no idea. He was probably the best player on the field for Mexico today. But I do think they're missing that magical player.
And I think Fidalgo, he is that guy. He came on as a sub in the last 10, 15 minutes, and he could have done, he has the quality to do those things, but he got caught up in everybody else's game.
Shooting from
far, get the ball wide and cross. When he's not that player, he's a player that get the ball at his feet. He's going to play a ball into the tight spaces. He's going to dribble. He's going to find somebody to connect and combine in and around the box. He didn't do any of that today.
Janelli, how do you think Raul Jimenez will look back on this tournament from an individual perspective, what he brought for Mexico?
I think this is by far his best World Cup. What Raul Jimenez did since game one has been just absolutely brilliant. I think there's absolutely no... I don't have any bad comments for him about him. Not even today. He stepped up when he had to take the penalty kick, and I knew he was going to make it. I think 99.9% of the time he's going to make it. The guy does not miss from the penalty spot. And aside from that, you said it yourself, right? He's rewriting his story, and the best part about that is that it's in his own hands. He dictates what happens next. And I think everybody is super happy to have the best version of Raul Jimenez. I think he will beat Chicharito's record. I think we're going to see him at #1. Give him, I say, another year or two. It's going to happen. It's exciting for him. I think personally he is a legend, and he's proving time and time again why he's that important.
And there's another aspect to that as well. Both from the football point of view, obviously he kept England honest today all the time, making runs in behind, all of that fun stuff. But he's gone back to Wolverhampton Wanderers now, where he's a legend there. He's loved. He's done fantastic. Obviously, you can watch that on Paramount Plus when we're on as well. Don't worry, I'll give it a plug. But the other part to it is as well is going back at this moment in his life, he's probably thinking, I've done it all. What do I need to do? He's got that record to chase. He's got Wolves now who are expected to get promoted again, and all the pressure's on him. So he's in a wonderful time of his life, actually, where he doesn't need this pressure, but he's actually chasing the pressure.
He's embracing it.
He's like, okay, let me get it all. So he'll be fantastic. He was good today. And again, you can watch him on Paramount Plus with us.
And we look forward to that. Sadly, that was the final game
in about 2 weeks.
In Mexico at this World Cup. All the rest of the games will be played in Canada and the USA. But it has been absolutely brilliant to watch the games at the Azteca and the rest of the stadiums there as well. So a big thank you to Mexico for bringing all of the noise at the World Cup 2026. Time for a short break here on Scoreline 48 Nations, presented by Taco Bell. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Soccer isn't a new game in the United States. The immigrants brought it here in 1912.
The opportunity to play for my country, I just could not pass that up.
We're all very proud of you.
Not everyone is aware of what happened in important historical moments for American soccer.
I was a kid that shouldn't have made it. Kid from Nacogdoches, Texas.
Clint Dipsy Doodle.
Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
People criticize me often.
You can't take it seriously. It's the USA.
But I get to have that attention because I'm good.
We were carrying the weight of American soccer on our shoulders.
I'm gonna put it shot.
Probably unfair to 20 guys.
When he looks at you, he looks like he wants to kill you. And I have respect for that.
It's about how much are you willing to give to win.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
The USA has realized its dream.
Dempsey threw the ball in. What can this kid do?
Welcome back to Scoreline 48 Nations, presented by Taco Bell. Don't forget, for more on the stories that have shaped this sport in the States, with the US men's soccer trilogy on Paramount Plus, the billion-dollar goal. You don't know where I'm from, dog. I keep having to say that. And Pulisic, multiple eras, one passion. Dog. Streaming now on Paramount Plus. Let's get to some of the latest news from around Planet Football now, starting with my Newcastle team. They've completed the signing of Ivory Coast winger Bazumana Toure from Hoffenheim in Germany. The Magpies will reportedly pay $56 million for the left-sided 20-year-old, who arrives as a replacement for Anthony Gordon after Newcastle lost out to Liverpool in their pursuit of Victor Munoz. He made 3 appearances for Ivory Coast at this summer's World Cup. Next, to a side that recently saw their World Cup come to an end, Carlos Queiroz has said he has left his role as Ghana head coach. Following the nation's exit, Ghana were eliminated at the round of 32 stage after a 1-0 defeat by Colombia, causing the 73-year-old to leave the position. After less than 3 months in charge, the Ghana Football Association is yet to officially confirm Queiroz's departure. Now, earlier today, Cristiano Ronaldo confirmed that this will be his last World Cup as he prepares to face Spain with Portugal in Monday's round of 16 game in Texas. Ronaldo said towards the end of a pre-match news conference on Sunday, "This will be my last World Cup, but let's hope tomorrow isn't my last game." And finally, to the rescinded red card heard around the world as it's being known, FIFA on Sunday suspended the red card US striker Folarin Balogun received in the team's match against Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32, making him available to face Belgium in the round of 16 at the World Cup. It has been a controversial decision, shall we say. I'll come to all three of you. Janelli first, was it the right one?
Put the pressure on me, huh? Well, this guy's just looking at me like, ooh. I think it's unfair to football.
Yeah.
I think once a decision like this is made, whether you like it or not, whether it's goes in your favor or not, you have to respect it. I think it's unfair to the rest of the teams. There's been other controversial decisions already, and it's just difficult. I think I'm happy for the U.S. I love what Balogun has been doing. I think he deserves to be on the field for them. But for me, it's unfair to football.
You or me? So for me, two wrongs don't make a right. I don't think it was a sending off. I think it was just a football play. It was an accident, and obviously they obviously sent him off. It was harsh at the time, but then to suspend it is weird. It's just a weird feeling you get left around it. Like, hold on, you can just do that now. So, and also I just think when you open up this can of worms, which is what they've done now, FIFA, you've made it a precedent. You want the best players playing. So you made this rule with Ronaldo. So Ronaldo, if people who have forgotten, has still got 2 games suspension. They have been suspended until after the World Cup, which he's probably going to retire, just an FYI. So he's never going to see them out. Balogun the same. Now we're hearing rumours that France are trying to get the yellow card of Elise ruled off. It just goes into this weird space for me. And forget all of the outside noise. There's some things that just happen on a football pitch. Think back to our England team in '86, Maradona, hand of God. Can we go back now and get that changed? Like, some things just happen on a football pitch. The Lampard goal? Some things just happen on a football pitch. Is it unfair? No, you don't think it's great. You don't think it's right. It's just sport, and things happen. And sometimes we can just leave it. We keep trying to make football perfect, and we've all played the game. It is very much chaos. That's why we love football, because when you step over those lines and you're on a pitch, it's chaos. And the beauty comes within the chaos. There's a great goal, there's a great moment, there's bad tackles, there's injustice with referees. But once it's over and it's done, it's finished. Now we just keep trying to make it perfect with VAR, with the referee decisions. One game it's a penalty, one game it's not. One game it's a sending off. Balogun gets sent off, Messi doesn't get sent off. Everything just keeps getting messy.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
It is the first time that a player who's been red carded is eligible for the next game since yellow and red cards were introduced in 1970. So it tells you how freaky this is. I do personally want to see correct decisions being made, and there's been some interesting decisions on and off the field in this World Cup. Let's focus about on the field with the young kid in Canada who unfortunately broke his leg. The player got a 5-game suspension for that, which I didn't agree with. I found it incredibly strange that a decision like that came out. It's a freaky incident, and it was an unusual challenge. I was very surprised to see a 5-game suspension handed out for that. Now, of course, what I want to see when video review is re-refereeing the game and telling the referee what to do instead of the chaos that we're probably used to, I want to see the decisions being right. I want to see them be correct. That had video review intervene and get the decision wrong. So to me, of course, I'm a US fan. I want to see the correct decision being made. I'm very happy with this decision. So I'm okay with it. But I can totally understand and respect
how can you be okay with
what you're saying, because I get it. I respect
because of the precedent that it sets.
Yes, because it's not the right decision. It was a terrible decision on the field. Accidents happen. I mean, I unfortunately, I said this on HQ this morning, I unfortunately have broken a player's leg. I didn't even receive a yellow card. There was no intention there. But if you slow that challenge down and you actually see the moment of contact, then it looks horrific, which is why the kid got 5-game suspension. So what I'm basically just saying is, stop slowing the effing game down and let us play a little bit. Give the referee some more power to make a decision on the field. If you slow every challenge down, we're going to have stupid decisions like this that we're going to have to reverse in some way. And to Troy's point, we're going to have to see this happen time and time and time again, because now you've opened up the door. So
I feel like since this VAR has been introduced, there's been even more controversy in decisions being made. It has not favored football.
It's not helping our game
at all.
Just really quickly, how can you be happy with the decision? Because
it wasn't a red card.
No, but ultimately things happen, right?
Yeah.
Things just happen. So then now we're retrospectively doing re-refereeing. So it wasn't called on the pitch, VAR got involved.
Yeah.
Then he gets sent off. Now we're retrospectively doing it again. It's like, when does it stop? So you can't, I know you're going, I understand why you're saying, but you can't be happy with it because it's not the sport.
The game has changed now, though, Troy.
Yeah.
Now the game is not a sporting decision. Now the game, unfortunately, has become a lawyeristic decision and a financial decision. It takes away from what we once had. It's no longer just a sport.
I think this discussion is also showing that this is a conversation that is going to run and run. This isn't done yet, and we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next weeks and months in terms of this. Speaking of financials, we must join now someone who's had a rather good evening. He was on
Has he not got home yet?
He was on his way out of the studio, but he thought, oh, I'll come in here and gloat about how much money I've made. Buckets, you've had a pretty good evening, haven't you?
Pretty good. You know, it was all right, I guess. We started with Brazil versus Norway here. I would like to say that I got lucky on this one rather than maybe being good at betting, because we had both teams to score in over 2.5 goals. This game was, what, 0-0 in the 75th minute, and we managed to hit that. Holland, yes, just perfect. And then Norway to qualify, I was very proud of that one. Not a very popular bet in the studio, except for you. Ian, you had my back on this one. Very big fan of what Norway did there. And then we carried that over into our Mexico versus England game. Harry Kane to score, I mean, or assist. He did both.
Yeah, both.
I should have done both. That's my bad for not giving you guys that. Both teams to score. I should have done that. Both teams to score twice, getting you better numbers there. And then Jimenez and Quinones shot on target. So we went 6-0 on our bets today, which is an awesome feeling. And I want to, I want to be able to celebrate that, but I also want to use that as a teaching moment here, because we always say you bet responsibly, and that's a very, you say it because it sounds good, it makes you feel good about yourself. That's not normal. We hit 6 bets that were all plus numbers. This is not how betting's supposed to go. You're supposed to go 4-2 and you feel happy. This is crazy. So don't expect this every day. I'll be back tomorrow. And eventually when I start missing bets, I just want you to remember this.
Yeah.
Remember the happy days.
Be kind.
Buckets,
be kind.
Troy and I are in England fans. When you win something, you run a mile with it. Because you don't get an opportunity.
Well, no, because when his team won, he sat there complaining the whole time. That's not what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I liked about this as well? The best part about it is he already tried to get out of it. Pathetic. Pathetic.
Who's that, number 20? Ballo! Come on!
There he is. Ballo will be playing
for football. I hope Belgium win
against Belgium. That's the second game of the day. 8
No
PM
Mexico,
Eastern.
no Canada.
The first game,
one host nation left.
Neighbouring European teams, Portugal against Spain. Both of those are going to be so interesting in the round of 16 here at the World Cup, and we will keep you right up to date throughout the day on Golazo Network. It all starts with morning footy at 10 AM Eastern, then Golazo Matchday pre-match. Troy and I will be back for that. Janelli, you're back with us as well, and then I think Grella's in the studio with us too. 2 PM Eastern. We'll have post-match after that Spain-Portugal game at 5 PM Eastern, and then a special Call It What You Want from Nashville, live pre-match at 7 PM Eastern, and then also after the US against Belgium as well. Well, that's it. Time for us to celebrate, Troy. But can we have a bit? We've got to have hands shaken.
I think this is a love-respect thing, A love-respect thing.
I'm shaking your hand because we should be celebrating.
I'm not shaking your hand.
He's not going anywhere near it. We'll see you very soon.
We'll get the royal wave.
Spotlight 48 Nations presented by Taco Bell.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no?